Hello, this is National Chess Master Rats, continuing my video series at chess.com on the team match, correspondence team match between my video lessons group and the team CARPE DIEM. This was played on board 111. Our man is abeluchin versus Groucho 10, low 1700s versus low 1600 rating. And actually, I believe this was the first game completed in the team match. I think it was over in like 16 hours. And the only reason it's taking so long to show this game is because our man White lost the second game, and you don't get a video unless with 1-1 unless we win the match. Well, we won the match, so now I'm getting to this game. I even sent him a message that afternoon after it started to slow down, and it was ignored. He didn't reply, and he got himself in a bad game in the other one, and from moving too quick and failed to get the point. So, one thing I said in one of the first videos I make, you play fast, you're going to get a quick video. So, here we go. The play was actually reasonable to a point. The blunder Black makes isn't a weakening of his position. It's a weakening, or at least his structure. But it's a weakening of a key square, and we'll see it when we get there. The game's pretty even. White's probably got the advantage of the first move. White has the bishop pair for what it's worth. This bishop isn't very useful for Black. Okay, so he gets rid of it, jettisons it. That's not a bad idea. And White's getting ready to try to play c4, open up some lines, get rid of the weak backward pawn. And he goes ahead and does just that. And Black has a good plan here. He says, well, okay, let's get my knight active. If you're going to take my pawn, I'm going to take back with the knight, have a nice centralized knight. And White accommodates him. And, the moves they're playing, I guess they're relatively easy to see. Neither side is making a blunder here. But White does preserve a very small advantage. And might have been a better idea for Black to play the queen to d7. If White wants to trade rooks, Black will end up in control of the file, for what it's worth. The Black knights look nice because White's bishop is on a dark square. But h6 weakens his position ever so slightly. It's not as bad as the other h6s I'm talking about. But I will take a moment and come back. Black's not showing any ambition here. Queen d7, one more move, then queen d7. Queen d7 at least gets the queen off the back row and connects the rooks. Now, we don't know what White's going to do. There's no way to tell, but just an example, let's see if I just want to illustrate on the board my point. Now Black is in control of the file, for what it's worth. Black has an outside pawn majority. Black can get his king maybe into the game this way. Maybe Black could cut the bishop off some way, shape, or form, blocking somehow with his knights. If White's going to get a passed pawn, it's going to be a d pawn, this way. And like I say, Black will have an outside passed pawn. I have a feeling this is probably a draw. And again, there's nothing making White take down there. But Black doesn't really get any activity the rest of the way with his pieces, as we're going to see by him just exchanging, because he's getting rid of his one active rook here. He had his rook on e8's kind of passive, and he keeps it there. And h6 doesn't really do anything. Queen d7, at least, like I say, it develops the queen. But he's playing quick. Both sides, they're just trading moves off like crazy. I'm sure they reached this position very quickly. And, you can't make good decisions if you move quickly. And here comes Black's blunder. He puts the queen on a8. Now, I was talking about getting the queen on d7. Maybe it gets tempoed with knight e5. Well, I'd go back and look at it for a second. But every time you move a pawn, you weaken a square or two. Every time you move a piece, you weaken a square. In this case, the square that got weakened was c7. And White's going to drive Black away from protection of that square. And here it comes. and suddenly White's infested the 7th rank. And now Black has to undergo a set of bad pawns. And White could even play knight takes f7 here if so he chose, but he didn't. But here White missed a good move, just bishop e7, and you can't defend this pawn. See, bishop e7. I don't think you can't get away with this king move because let's see. Do you want to play bishop takes and draw the king out? What other discoveries do you have here? Let's see. Well, you might just play d5 directly. Well, I don't know about that. You could drop it. I don't know. I'm thinking bishop e7 is a better move. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this king comes out. I was trying to get rid of the protection of e6, but it's one of those positions maybe Black could actually walk into discovery and survive. Let's see. The most direct refutation would be to draw the king out. And, now the king doesn't have a way back. This might be pretty deadly here. Yeah, that king's coming out. And I don't think Black's long for the world here. Queen checks, rook checks. Black's losing this. Yeah, he can't bring his king out. Okay. And of course, the alternative was not even bother to take the knight and just play knight takes f7. So White misses the most direct continuation, bishop e7. But of course, he's playing fast. He goes and threatens the pawn on a7. Black protects it. Attacks the pawn on b6. And at this point, Black just basically tosses the game away. He makes a sacrifice which makes absolutely no sense because White easily refutes it and just doubles up his pieces on the heavy pieces on the open c file. And Black's attempts to do anything with his queen are thwarted. The rook can't even come to f8. There's a bishop watching it. And, hey, you want to read queens? I'll be a bishop up? No thanks. It grabs a pawn, but now this bishop is becoming too strong. Black centralizes queen, but after bishop e5, Black's just basically busted. There's really no good continuation. The rook's going to take on g7, and then you're going to get a windmill type thing happen. Black chose to resign. So I was going back recommending queen d7 earlier. Did I miss knight e5? I'll take a quick peek. Let's see, rook c2. I was recommending queen d7. I guess he does have knight e5. Okay, well, I miss one movers, knight e5, but the queen can go to b7, and at least she's developed. It's a game. Getting it over on 8 just gave up c7 as it turned out. These powerful knights got pushed back. Even though White weakened his pawn structure, Black had no way to exploit it because all his pieces were off to the side. Anyway, like I say, this was the first game finished, and both players are quite guilty of playing too fast. You're not going to improve your chess, and you'll win some, you'll lose some, but you risk losing both of them when you play quick. And I've told my teammate to slow down. It's up if Groucho 10 sees this video, hopefully he'll slow down, or his teammates will see this video and tell him to watch it, because you can do so well in correspondence chess if you take your time. You learn so much. It's all in my video lessons program. How to improve it. I did it. You can do it. Anyway, thanks so much for your time. Take care.